So, hey guys, welcome to my vlog. So, this is the chapter 4 summary and I discuss for it each meaning of the summary and the definition. So, let's start. CCNA routing and switching introduction to network. The chapter 4, it's include the network access. So, the section is 4.1 physical layer protocols. Next is 4.2 network media. 4.3 is data link layer and the point 4.4 is media access control. This chapter begins with the general function of the physical layer and the standard and protocol that manage the transmission of data across local media. It also introduces the function of the data link layer and protocols associated with it. So, types of connection. The physical connection and the wireless connection. This physical connection can be wired connection using a cable, while wireless connection using radio waves devices on a wireless network must be connected to a wireless access point. So, see the difference. Physical is choosing a wired connection for a cable and while wireless is using a radio waves. Network interface card. NIC connects a device to the network. Two types of NICs or NICs. Ethernet NICs and wireless local area network. So, used for wide connection and used for wireless connection. Three basic form of a network media. Copper cable, fiber optic cable, wireless. So the copper cable is the signal or pattern of electrical pulses. Fiber is the signal or pattern of light. Wireless is the signal or pattern of microwave transmission. So this is the picture of the copper cable, fiber optic cable, and the wireless. Function, physical layer. Physical components. The physical components are the electronic hardware devices, media, and other connector that transmit and carry the signal to represent the bits. So, next is the encoding. What is encoding? Encoding or line encoding is a method of converting a stream of data bytes into a predefined code. Codes are grouping into bytes used to provide a predictable pattern that can be organized by both the sender and the receiver. Next is the signaling. The physical layer must generate the physical, optical, or wireless signal that represent the 1 and 0 on the media. The methods of representing the bits of the called its signaling method. Bandwidth. Bandwidth is a capacity of a medium to carry data. Throughput. Throughput is the measure of the transfer or bytes across the media over a given period of time. So, copper cabling. Network use copper media because it is inexpensive, easy to install, and has low a resistance to electrical current. So, copper cabling interference sources. Electromagnetic interference or EMI or radio frequency interference. EMI and RFC signals can distort the corrupt the data signal being carried by copper media. So, crosstalk. Crosstalk is a disturbance caused by the electric or magnetic fields of a signal on the wire to the signal in an adjacent wire. Three main types of copper media: unshielded twisted pair or UTP, shielded twisted pair or STP, and coaxial. So, used for interconnecting network hosts with the intermediate networking devices such as switches and router. Next is provides better noise protection than UTP cabling. Compared to the UTP cable, STP cable is significantly more expensive and difficult to install. Two conductors that share the same axis, a copper conductor used to transmit the electronic signal. UTP cabling consists of the pairs of color-coded copper wires that have been twisted together and then encased the flexible plastic sheet. So, limiting effect to crosswalk in UTP cable by cancellation and varying the number of twist pair wire per pair. Cancellation is when two wires in the electrical circuit are placed close together. Their magnetic fields are the exact opposite of each other. Therefore, the two magnetic fields cancel each other and also cancel out the outside EMI and RFI signal. So, varying number of twisted per wire pair to further enhance the cancellation effect of paired circuit wire. Designers vary the numbers of twists in each wire in a cable. Types of UTP cable. Ethernet is straight through. The most common type of networking cable is only commonly used. The Internet connect a host to a switch and a switch to a router. Ethernet crossover. A cable used to interconnect similar devices. For example, to connect a switch to a switch, a host to a host, a router to a router. So, rollover. A Cisco proprietary cable used to connect a workstation to a router or switch console port. Fiber optic cabling properties. Transmit data over longer distance and at higher bandwidth than any other networking media. Fiber fiber is a optic cabling is now being used in four types of industry. The first is enterprise network used for backbone cabling application interconnecting infrastructure devices. Next is fiber to the home or FTTH. Used to provide allows on the broadband services to homes and the small businesses. So next is the long haul network used by services and providers to connect countries and cities. Next is the submarine cables network. Used to provide reliable, high speed or high capacity solution capable or surviving is harsh undersea environments of the transoceanic distances. Wireless media. What is wireless media? Wireless media is provides the greatest mobility option of all media, and the numbers of wireless enables devices continue to increase. As network bandwidth option increase, wireless is a quickly gaining in popularity enterprise network. So wireless media areas and of concern. The first is coverage area. Wireless data communication technologies work well in the open environment. Second is na interference. Interference is a wireless of susceptible to interference and can be disrupted by such common devices as household cordless phones and other wireless communication. Security. Wireless communication coverage requires to no access to a physical strands of media. Therefore, devices and users not authorized for access to the network and can gain access to the transmission. Next is the shared medium. Shared medium is a wireless local area network operate in the half duplex, which means only the one device can send or receive at a time. Controlling access to the media. Regulating the placement of data frames onto the media is controlled by the media access control sublayer. Media access control methods used depends on topology and the media sharing. Topology is how the connection between the nodes appears to the data link layer. Media sharing is how the nodes share the media. The media sharing can be point to point, such as a wireless area network connection, or shared such as in a LAN network or local area network. Physical and topologies. Physical topology refers to physical connection and identifies how end devices and infrastructure devices such as a router, switches, and wireless access point are interconnected. Logical topology refers to the way a network transfer frame from one node to the next. This arrangement consists the virtual connection between the nodes of a network. These logical signal paths are defined by the data link or a protocol. So, WAN topologies. WAN's topologies or a wireless area networks are commonly interconnected using the following physical topologies. The first is point to point. Point to point is the simplest topology that consists a permanent link between two endpoints. Second is hub and spoke. A one version of the star topology in which a central site interconnects branch sites using point-to-point links. Next is the mesh. This topology provides high availability but requires that every end system be interconnected to every other system. Therefore, the administrative and physical costs can be significant. Each link is essentially a point-to-point link to the another node. So this is the example of wireless area network topologies. This is the point-to-point topologies, hub and shake topology, and the full mesh topology. LAN topologies. Star What is star? End devices are connected to a central intermediate device. Early star topologies interconnected end devices using Ethernet hubs. The star topology is easy to install, very scalable, and easy to troubleshoot. Extended star. Extended star as additional Ethernet switches interconnect other the topology. So, bus and ring. Bus is all end system are chained to each other and terminated into a sum from on each end. Infrastructure devices such as switches are not required to interconnect the end devices. Ring. Ring is the end system are connected to their respective neighbor forming a ring. Ring topologies were used by legacy fiber distributed data interface or FDDI and token ring network. So this is the example of lambda star topology, extended star topology, bus topology, and the ring topology. Data link frame. So the data link layer prepares a packet for a transport across the local media by encapsulating it with a header and trailer to create a frame. The description of a frame is the key elements of each data link layer protocol. Three basic parts of the data link frame: the header, the data, and the trailer. So this is the LAN and WAN frame. This is the meaning of the topic. So as you can see. So it's also chapter 4. I hope you learned something from my blog. So this is the summary of the chapter 4, and I hope you like it. Thank you for watching and listening. So again, I'm Brian J. Asi, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thank you and goodbye.